Hello, my name is Alaina Kaan, and last year I was cyberbullied. So last year I started ninth grade in high school, and I was really excited because all my friends, we had all these things that we were going to plan to do. So we were just going to hang out all the time and do homework and everything. But I was only in class A with one of my friends, and the rest were in class 2. But she decided to go to the popular kids, which made me pretty sad because I was all alone. And so basically, I had an Instagram for a while, and then all my friends, they decided to bully me, and they called me a bunch of mean names, which made me pretty sad again too. At first, I was just, whatever, this is just their normal selves. They don't mean any of it. They're probably just messing around. But then it started getting worse. Months went by, and the bullying started getting worse. So it went from August to September to October to November. And it steadily kept getting worse and worse. And I ended up starting feeling a little bit more self-conscious about myself. In November, well, they would send text messages, emails, Facebook messages, Instagram. They'd say things like, go die, cut yourself, nobody likes you. And then they'd call me a bunch of bad words. And then I started getting depressed. And you know what you're thinking, depression, really. But I was super excited for Christmas break that was coming up. And yes, everybody loves Christmas, all the snow, and plus I wouldn't have to see all the friends, and they wouldn't be able to see me, know what I was like and everything. So, but the bullying continued all through Christmas. So Christmas came, and I was super excited to see everything, happy and everything. But the bullying continued even through Christmas. And so my mom and my dad, we started having some financial issues. So my sister and I, we were upset because they said we weren't going to get a Christmas tree. And now I was being bullied, had no presents, no friends. I hate my life. And then Christmas Eve, this is kind of a hard time. So I was sitting in my room, I was crying, wouldn't stop. I decided to do it. I gave in to the bullies. Every night, I would do it, and it made me feel like I was in control of something. And it was just kind of a good feeling though. And it was sad, Christmas break was over, but I had to go back to all those friends that hated me all alone, sitting in the corner. And so, January through February and March, I was bullied, and it kept getting worse and worse. They'd send me emails with ropes saying, you need this, and I would just cry, and I would not stop. Then April and May, that's when, I told a teacher for the first time, and she said she'd do something about it, and then I went and told the office too, to the principal, and then they said they'd do something about it, but the bullying still happened. So summer, I was super excited to be my safe haven, which equals my room. Just me lying on my bed. Yes, it's kind of unproportionate. Then I barely ever left my room. Maybe only once or twice. Never talked to anybody. Never saw anybody. I was just left alone. Then school started again. So summer equaled boring. School equaled depression. And being depressed. So I had all the bullies. They were basically in my class, which really sucked. So I was all alone, everybody was against me. And then lunch, I'd sit in the corner all alone at one table, and everybody else, all the popular kids, all sat together, alone, with my scars. So, the same day, I met Jane Hudson. So I was sitting alone at my table, minding my own business, when she came around with her lunch tray, and she wanted to sit with me. Lunch buddy? Probably okay. So, Alaina plus Jane. She's my first friend I've had in almost forever. And it turns out she actually has a lot of classes with me. And I actually smiled for the first time in who knows how long. So the bullies started sniping me during school. They'd take a picture of me and edit it so I'd look like I was doing weird things. Then they'd start calling me names in the comments. That night it was the 12th day of school, I just cried and cried for hours. And I could not stop. I ended up just crying myself to sleep. Well, at some point, the bullies thought it'd be a good idea to trip me and then kick my stuff all over. Luckily, I was so glad Jane stood up for me. She told him to stop. Well, day 45. Today I was fed up. Well, Jane asked me what if I wanted to come over after school, and I said no. So I just ended up walking home alone. I just didn't want to be with anybody. Depression took my spirit, took my life. I'm done with this world. To me, death equaled happiness. So then I decided I'd do it. I'd take my life. Well, Jane had been feeling that I was feeling kind of off that day. So she'd come home and she ended up stopping me from doing it. She told me I wasn't happy at the time, but later I was glad. Then she ended up talking some sense into me. Jane saved me. So I ended up getting therapy, and then, which I was super happy about. And the bully stopped bullying with the administrative help, which was good. So finally, the cuts from the scars faded away, and I was actually happy again. And then Jane never left my side. She was always with me, making me laugh. Did you know that more than 1 in 3 kids are cyberbullied, and more than half of teens have been bullied or have been the bully? 1 in 10 teens have told a parent, and 20% have experienced it. No one wants to be the cause of another one's death. End cyberbullying.